Thursday again. Let's get this thing together. All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know. Welcome to Club Pizzle. Of course, I'm your host, Don P. Pizzle, podcast on all of the good things. Thank you guys for y'all continued support of this platform. Thank y'all for y'all continued support of this podcast, as well as Happy Hour, as well as Pizzle Fix. It is all appreciated. While you are in a supporting mood, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all of those good things. Greatly appreciated here on the channel and on the page. Y'all know my socials. Y'all know everything. Y'all know the motto. We here for a good time, not a long time. The best spot in the land gives it to you in 45 minutes or less. I would say for your money back, but this is not paywall. So, again, as I said yesterday and Tuesday, thank you to everybody who tuned in to the live stream. 5.5 hours of a stream. That's a long time. And I'm probably going to do that more. I'll do Cavs games. I may do a Browns game in the future. I don't know. I don't know if I want to sit here and watch that team, the team that I'm supposed to be on sabbatical, on hiatus, and rooting for. But, you know, sabbatical still stands. Sabbatical exists. It's still here, it's still around, and that's not going to change until Shedeur Sanders sees the field. Once he touches the field, and it can only be a play or two, sabbatical over. Don't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon, but I probably will do more live streams, a lot of Cavs games, some WWE stuff. I think I'm done with boxing for now. It all depends. But we'll see, man. Just stay tuned, stay locked in, stay tapped in. I'm going to make sure we get things going. This coming Saturday, we will be at Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines Battleground Performance League Season 3, Episode 4, I believe. Shout out to Gang. Shout out to Mr. Shredder. Shout out to Flight Like B. Shout out to Timbuktu, who will not be there. Timbuktu is going to be in Pennsylvania doing this thing. Shout out to my guy, Tim. So proud of that dude. Got to give my air horn for that. Proud of my dude. He's doing his first out-of-town gig in PA. They even made my man his own burger. Shout out to Tim for that, man. I ain't got a wing sauce or a whiskey and wings combination of nothing in my name, and I worked in restaurants for 20 years. So, congratulations to my guy. Also, shout out Don Prince, DJ Verb. Shout out the whole Battleground gang. Special guest host is 5-time champion, grand champion, Envy Jazzo was in the building. Boogie Shea is performing. Emily Assistant is performing. Big Pooh is performing. B Jax is trying to become 3-time champion. We got some tough competitors in the field. I've seen a few of them. They online. They talking a lot of trash. They doing their thing. So make sure y'all come out Chef Carolyn's Exotic Cuisines this Saturday. Come on out. We're going to have a blast. And let's see who comes home with the title. Now, got all the particulars out of the way. We're here for a good time, not a long time, 45 minutes or less. Now, I could spend 45 minutes talking about that sorry-ass game that I watched on Sunday, but I won't. We're going to spend some time on it. The Cleveland Browns lose to the Baltimore Ravens 41-17. A 40 burger to the Baltimore Ravens. On the Ravens home opener, celebrating 30 years in Baltimore. I don't care about that. The old, bitter, jaded locals care about that. I don't care about that. Like, they talked about it. They tried to make it a thing. The players don't even care. The players weren't even born, most of them. Joe Flacco was, with his old ass. But a lot of those players weren't even born. Kevin Stefanski probably was like 2. Like, nobody gives a damn about 1995, 1996. We done with the 90s. So, and this is not a shot at local media, local radio guys who wanted to make a big deal about that and make a big shtick about that. Y'all know how I feel about the whole Browns and the whole Baltimore thing. Y'all know how the whole Art Modell, all of that stuff. They should have let him keep the name in these damn colors, and they should have let him take it to Baltimore with him. That's how I feel. I also feel like they never should have put Huntington Bank Field back where they put it. That's why I'm pushing so hard for them to get the hell from down there. Never should have put the stadium back down. The team, the city, and the fans were so thirsty to get the Cleveland Browns back after they left in 1995 that they were willing to take whatever. All right, we're going to build a stadium right here. You can have the name, you can have the colors. Forget the name, forget the colors, forget the tradition. They should have let it go. Should have let it go. That's how I feel. Off on a tangent. Back to this 41-17 ass whooping. Oh my goodness. Now, it's bad enough I didn't get to bed Saturday night until almost 3 in the morning. But to get back up, come back down to the cave, do some straightening up. I had to straighten back up down here. You know, didn't have a lot to clean up after the stream. Just had to put some things back in some places, move things back, and it was just some things I had to do, right? And to come down here and chill and watch this game and think, maybe they do pull a win off. So as I'm sitting here and I'm watching this, listen, y'all. If I didn't have to talk about them, if I didn't choose to cover and talk about the Cleveland Browns, I would not be watching this game. I should have stuck to what I said I was going to do after the draft, and that was watch NFL Red Zone all day. I'm kind of knocking on that door. I might have 1 or 2 more games in me, and by week 5, it's going to be exclusively Red Zone. Because this team is despicable. It is disgusting. It is nasty. Joe Flacco, 25 of 45, 199 yards, 1 touch and 1 interception and a lost fumble. Or just a tutty and a pick. The pick was bad. The pick was horrible. This 25 of 45 for 199 yards, man, this is, listen, I understand why he started Flacco. He had to. Because there was no way he could have put Kenny Pickett out there. Or could have named Kenny Pickett to start. I'm telling you guys, and I sat down here and I said it. I think initially they wanted Kenny Pickett to win the job. The job was Kenny Pickett's to lose. And not only did he lose it, he lost a spot on the team. I think Flacco was in here just to be a training camp body. That's how I feel. I can't confirm or deny that. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know. I'm not going to sit up here and say, well, such and such that play for the Browns live down the street from me. Or I get my car washed at the same place as Andrew Berry. Or me and such that play for the Browns go grocery shopping at Fresh Time. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and say no dumb shit like that. I'm just going to tell you what I think. And it may come out at some time, like later on down the line. But I feel like Kenny Pickett was supposed to win that damn job, and Joe Flacco was just here just to have 4 bodies. There was no quarterback competition. We all know this. So why the hell were fans and people all on my page, all on my posts, and on my stuff, on my social medias, sitting here trying to argue with me? Dumbass, I told you there was no quarterback competition. But yet you still bitch and whine and moan and complain. And guess who's still not sitting on this couch? You not. Or you, or you, or you. And guess who's not going to be sitting on this couch? You, or you. Joe Flacco, check down king. Krishan Jenkins had 61 yards in his debut. It's kind of hard to get a running game going when you're down and you're losing and you're slowly running out of time. Browns had 2 turnovers, -2 in turnovers again. The interception from Flacco was inexcusable, horrible. So irritating on the run. Also the block punt, and I'm like, you gotta be shit. You mean to tell me that this Cleveland Browns defense held Derrick Henry to 23 yards? And you lose. I mean, when Lamar Jackson throws for almost throws for 225 and 4 tutties, that'll kind of do it. And that whole him not being a passer thing, that's dead. That dude is Lamar Jackson's amazing. Saw him play in person last year. It's amazing. He's one of the I'm not gonna call him a unicorn because he's like a regular sized guy. But man, he gets busy. You know, I almost felt sorry for Browns fans Sunday. But I didn't. But you know who I do feel sorry for? The defensive side of the ball. I feel bad for the defense. Because this defense did enough in the first half. They gave up 10 points in the first half. All the Browns could muster up was 3. And then in the second half, it went downhill. I really feel bad for this defense. Myles Garrett is out there killing people. Denzel Ward is locking things down. Devin Bush is playing his ass off. Greg Newsome is getting smoked, but Greg Newsome is out there playing some ball. They are killing Cam Mitchell. Feel bad. I felt bad for him. Lamar just kept picking on Ed. Time you looked up, Cam Mitchell chasing. It was bad. They was tearing up their defense on the slot. It's gonna be a problem. They got to get more rush. Carson Schlesinger was playing ball. The defensive line played ball. But once you are on the field, and this has been an ongoing thing for the Cleveland Browns for 25 years when they have a good defense. The defense can hold and hold and hold and hold and hold and be on the field for 45 minutes of a 60-minute game, and they got stopped like, what the hell with them? Because the offense is not doing what it's supposed to do. Now, I knew the offense was going to be bad, but damn. The offensive line sucks. 3 years ago, this offensive line was one of the best. This offensive line was one of them. Now these guys are over the hill. Joe Patonio, Ethan Postage, Jack Conklin not even playing. Dog. DeJuan Jones is bad. I'm not going to say he's trash. I'm not going to say he sucks. But he is bad. You might as well have kept Jed Willis. Because that's what it looked like out there. Except Jay Willis didn't get a false start every week or 2 false starts every week. Every time I turn around, false start, offense, number 79. It's like, come on, big dog. Y'all can keep calling him Thanos if you want to, but he got to earn that name. Me. Nah, big dog. You got to get it together. This offense was getting mangled. The offensive line got mangled. You know why the receivers couldn't get open? Because the Baltimore Ravens were getting home with 4 and dropping 7. You putting 3 or 4 guys out in the route, nobody's going to get open. When they're getting home with 4, the numbers are in their favor out there. So I'm not upset with Kevin's play calling. I'm not upset with the receivers, except for when they drop the ball, because saw that a lot of that too. Is Joe Flacco holding on to the ball a little too long? Yeah, sure he is. But if it's a 4-man rush, and I got 5 offensive linemen and a back chipping or in a back blocking, or I got 5 offensive linemen and a tight end with extra help, and they still getting home with 4, it's not all Kevin Stefanski. That's what I'm saying. It's not all him. Stupid penalty, stupid turnover. Again, DeJuan Jones, false starts. The turnover, stupid turnovers. Joe Flacco, you know you're not a good one. You can't run, bro. So why are you running? And Joe Flacco is a statue back there. And it's a shame that they're getting home with 4. All of that said, there is no change at quarterback. No change at all. Flacco will be going out there against Green Bay. And hopefully he survives. Question, when does Kevin Stefanski move on from Joe Flacco? That's a huge question for me. They asked him because Dylan Gabriel did come in at the end and lead a touchdown drive. But that was just to save Joe Flacco from getting killed. Sometimes you got to pull your guy. You got to pull him. But when are we, and when I say we, I'm saying NFL people or football people, when will Dylan Gabriel and or Shedeur Sanders get an opportunity? You know what? If I'm going to be all the way honest, if I were a Browns fan, which I have been every year up until this season, which I'm taking a year off, I would put my rookie quarterback behind that stinky-ass offensive line. And that's just honest. I wouldn't do it. I have to put the microphone down sometimes. I'm telling you, I'm watching and I'm not cheering, and that's tough for me. I'm telling y'all, it's tough for me to sit there and watch these games and not clap and not scream at the television. It's tough for me to do that. Y'all couldn't try that because y'all wouldn't make it a week. I'm only in week 2. I got 15 more of these things to go. And I'm looking at the Browns schedule, and I'm trying to look and see where their first win is going to come from. You got Green Bay and Detroit coming up back to back. And then I believe it's Pittsburgh, Minnesota. It's like Pittsburgh, and they go out to Tottenham to play Minnesota, and I think Pittsburgh is up there early. Can they win the Pittsburgh game? Sure, they can. That could be their first win. The Miami Dolphins might be their first win, and that's like week 7 or 8. It's a long season. It's going to be a long season. So buckle up, Browns fans. Hopefully y'all are okay. And how hot is Kevin Stefanski's seat? It's not hot. Hate to break it to you. All of you fake ass GMs out there. Kevin Stefanski's seat isn't hot at all. And I'm not saying that because I'm rooting for Kevin Stefanski. I'm saying that because Jimmy has him set up there and said, without saying, basically, they're good this year. Him and Andrew Berry are okay at least until after this year. Y'all believe he didn't want Shedeur Sanders. Y'all can believe that he doesn't want to fire Kevin Stefanski after this season. So Kevin does have this year. And if it doesn't turn around middle of next year, he'll probably get canned and get a job somewhere else really soon after that. That's how I see it. That seat is cold as polar bear's toenails. And you know what's funny? He's coaching like his job is absolutely set. Final thing on this nasty-ass Cleveland Browns. They have outgained their opponent 649 to 383, but they have been outscored 58 to 33. Do with that as you will. The defense is doing their job. The offense, I don't know what they're doing. Up next is the Green Bay Packers this Sunday at 1 o'clock. This will be the debut of the brown helmet, which I love that helmet. That helmet is fire. When I'm off of my hiatus, and when I'm like, my hiatus entails not buying any Browns gear except for a Shedeur Sanders jersey. But other than that, I'm not buying Browns gear. Next year, I'm going to get one of those helmets. And the white one and the traditional helmet. I'm on a break from buying Browns gear. I got this Browns throw on my ottoman and I didn't feel like folding it up, so it's gone. So they're bringing out these uniforms. Green Bay is, oh my God. If y'all been watching football, and hopefully y'all can see how good the Green Bay Packers look. Jordan Love looks fantastic. That defense looks like they look like giant killers. The Green Bay Packers look Super Bowl ready after week 2. And that's an overreaction. I know that's the prisoner of the moment thing. I'm a prisoner of the moment now. I can be a prisoner of the moment. I'm living in the moment. I have a podcast. So I can live in the moment. I'm going to live in these moments. I'm living in the now. So if it happens, I'm going to react the way I'm going to react. If the Browns play well, I will give them their praises. When they play like dog-ish, like they've been playing like dog-ish for these past 2 weeks, I'm going to talk about it. The energy's not going to change. I'm not y'all who sit online all day and start arguing with people at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's not going to get you on these couches, fams. Can the Cleveland Browns offense wake up? It don't look like it. Even though the Dylan Gabriel drive was in garbage time, it looked. But if these teams are only going to rush 4 and drop 7, you need a quarterback that can move. You need a quarterback that can make them pay. Dylan Gabriel isn't fast, but he's faster than Joe Flacco. Shedeur Sanders isn't fast, but he's faster than Joe Flacco. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm faster than Joe Flacco. At 42 with messed up knees, hamstrings, I pull hamstrings every time I run. My ankles crackle when I wake up in the morning. I'm faster than Joe Flacco. My 42-year-old ass. Yes, me. Can the defense do enough? Can the defense stop this offense? We'll see Sunday. The Ohio State Buckeyes. 37-9 win over Ohio. This game was on during the fight, but I did get a chance to go back and do some research and review it and peek at it. That first half kind of, listen, Ohio State is legit. Ohio State is the best team in the country right now, the rankings wise. Have I seen other teams play better? Yes. My Miami Hurricanes are balling. Oregon looks fantastic. Oklahoma looks good. Georgia, balling. Like the top 5, like the teams in the top 10 are balling. Ohio State's the best team in the country. And they're so talented, they can get away with those slow starts and not converting on red zone opportunities in the first half. They're so talented, they can settle for field goals against the lesser teams. But when it comes to those top tier, when you have to look across at Penn State or Oregon, or even in the Michigan game, Illinois, Indiana, like you're gonna have to get 6, not 3. Points are a premium. But 37-9, I mean, they took control in the second half. I'll put a little scary into it. But it was what it was. Julian Cyan, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. He threw 2 picks. He gotta improve that. He gotta do a little better than that. Last week he only had 1 incompletion. This week you throw the 2 picks, it is what it is. Jeremiah Smith, man-child, 9 catches, 153. This is how he climbs up the Heisman. This is how he climbs up Pizzle's Heisman list. If he puts up those kind of numbers the rest of the year, and Ohio State is the number 1 team in the country, he could very well see himself in New York. But this is not happy hour. This is regular club. This is OG. This is how we do. This is, But y'all know what I mean. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. Y'all see exactly what I mean. If he could put up those kind of numbers, 953, couple tutties, he'll find himself in the Heisman conversation. Carnell Tate had 100 yards receiving. Bo Jackson had 109 rushing yards. That, ladies and gentlemen, Bo Jackson is your running back. I don't give a damn who else back there. That's your guy. You got your big 4. You got Julian Cyan, you got Tate, you got Jeremiah, and then you got Bo Jackson. That's your big 4. That's your next great 4. If they don't win a championship this year, they'll win one next year or the year after. Before Jeremiah Smith leaves Ohio State, he'll have 2 national championships. They have a little bit of work to do, but not a lot of work to do. They got their 3 games out of the way. They have a bye week next week, and they go out and take on the Washington Huskies on the 27th. So they get an opportunity to fix some things. And again, Ryan Day, one of the best coaches in college football, if not the best coach in college football, defending national champions. He's put mad guys in the NFL. His quarterbacks are being drafted. Except Will Howard. I mean, he went late, but C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, guys are getting drafted awfully high. So, we'll see what Ohio State looks like for the rest of the year. Big Ten play, how they look. They got Washington. Penn State is on there. The Michigan game is important. It always will be important. But I do see them out. I do see a scenario where they are in the Big Ten championship game. This is a playoff team. That defense is a championship defense. The offense can be a championship offense. You just have to see it. The offense really didn't look like anything against Texas, who has a championship defense themselves. Put up those points on Grambling. You put 37 on your little brother from the MAC in the Ohio Bobcats. Now we finna get to it. Now we're gonna see what Ohio State is made of. Big Ten plays here. The Big Ten wants to claim to be the best conference in the country. We gotta see it. We gotta see. Final thing before I get out of here. WNBA stuff. Like, listen, y'all. They didn't drop the name. They just had like a welcome thing the other day, which I was invited to but couldn't get to because got a day job, brother got to work. But that was exciting to see, for them to have former players there. The mayor, Myles Garrett, is down there. So keep your eye. I'm really gonna keep an eye on that. I'm gonna speak, like, when news comes up about the Cleveland WNBA team, which I hope they name them the Rockers, but I feel like they're gonna name it something else. The merchandise is fire. I'm going to buy me some stuff. The t-shirts are fire. The hoodies are fire. I'm going to get it. We are close to basketball. I'm not going to get into a lot of NBA stuff or a lot of basketball stuff. Whenever the promotional schedule drop, I will speak about that. But word is, I heard, or something that I may have peeped or glanced at some time this week, that Darius Garland, once he comes back, has the keys to the Cleveland Cavaliers offense. He will be the primary point guard, and his backup will be Lonzo Ball. Now, I know he's probably going to miss maybe the first 5 to 10 games of the year. He had toe surgery. And Donovan is probably going to be the point guard. Sam Merrill is probably going to step in as the 2. We'll know more about that as training camp comes along. Like I said, we're just in September. We're at the end of the middle of September, so we are going to find out soon. But again, I can't confirm or deny if this is true that Darius Garland has full autonomy of the Cavs offense and he will be the bus driver of the offense. However, since I can't confirm or deny, it won't stop me from speculating. If he has the full keys to the offense, this may be the big leap for one Evan Bartholomew Mobley. I know his middle name isn't Bartholomew. It just sounds good. This could be the leap. And when I say the leap, y'all know exactly what I mean. When I say the leap when it comes to Evan Mobley, this could be it. This could be the 25-12 Evan Mobley if Darius Garland's running the show. That could also mean Donovan is not handling the ball as much, and he can get the ball in movement and get it in spots. He doesn't have to work so hard to dribble and take a bunch of dribbles and get his shots up. But we're going to have to see about that. Again, man, listen, I'm already jacked and excited for basketball. Me being on this Brown sabbatical really got me like, let's go Cavs. Once the Cavs schedule came out and once my season tickets got here, it was like, yep, it's up there and it's stuck. I was ready, I was willing, and I was waiting. With that said, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Ooh, we did really, really good with Club Pizzle this week. Again, make sure y'all check in Battleground this Saturday. We will be live. Well, we will be out at Chef Kellen's Exotic Cuisines. Tuesday, you already know, Club Pizzle Happy Hour. I may or may not have the Battleground Champion on Tuesday. I'm thinking about maybe trying to get that. Trying to get the interview. I want to weave this in. Like, I don't want, like, Happy Hour. Just know I'll be doing a lot of experiment with Happy Hour. I'm going to talk some things, but then I might have a guest. And just stay tuned. Might put the champ on, might call the shred, and I might have him here, and we might talk about it. But I'm gonna recap Battleground on Tuesday, as well as WWE, PLE, WrestlePalooza, college, NFL football, Heisman list. Y'all already know the vibes there. Wednesday, Pizzle's Picks. Y'all already know how I do. You already know the vibes there. And of course, the best pod in the land right here, Club Pizzle. I'm bringing it to you Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive. Because negative energy is trash. Peace out, y'all.